Maybe.
You good?
I think so, but I did not do the settings or the speaker.
Well, we can go ahead and get going while she's doing that.
I guess we'll do treasurer report.
Okay, as of October 31st, we have $13,016.53. We did receive a check from the insurance company for $1,338.32 yesterday. And so that is not included in this balance because this was deposited in November and this is as of October 31st. So if you look, Lisa took the running total that we had of the 33,455.38, and she took off what we got from the insurance company, and so that leaves $32,117.06. If anyone has any questions on that, let me know. And I had no claims this month. I don't have anything. Unless, is there anything from Yoders that are supposed to be coming in? Okay, then, that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we'll have Tom explain this.
Yeah, I think, for open meeting, we'll need to be a little circumspect as far as not offering attorney-client advice because that would defeat the privilege. But essentially what the insurance company has provided is what's called a reservation of rights letter. So it's acknowledging that they have a duty to defend the claims of the Serranos going forward, but reminding us that the claims may not actually be covered and in the event that a court were to find that the district is liable for example, takings or trespasses. So the insurance company's letter notes that the arbitration panel found that there may be covered claims as well as non-covered claims, which is why the insurance company owes a duty to defend against the Serrano's counterclaim this time. They reserve the right, say, for example, if a court were to find that the district trespassed and took some of their property, that would be not covered under the policy, and so the district would be responsible for those losses. However, they take a position that's not entirely clear, but they note that the private drain line damages that are alleged by the Serranos may give rise to coverage. They still have a line in their letter that they believe that it also stems from takings and trespasses. But I think given the facts as we know them, those two types of claims are really unrelated as the Serranos alleged in their counterclaims. So long and short, we have a defense for the counterclaim going forward through, and I think they are happy with continuing with Joe for the defense of the counterclaim. And going forward, it's a matter of getting the case resolved that will determine what claims are covered or not as far as any indemnity, if there is any, because at the end of the day, if there is no liability, then we're just talking about the defense.
What was the last part?
So if there's no liability and, a jury were to find that the district did not actually trespass or take any of the Serrano's property, well, then we don't have anything really to talk about as far as indemnity and an indemnity obligation because that's zero. It's just the defense costs that the insurance company would want to, and they raise the right to potentially fight over the allocation of the defense costs too, but that's a bridge we'll have to cross a little bit later.
Okay.
The main thing was trespassing, correct? That's why they are apprehensive about.
The insurance company takes the position that everything is derivative from trespass and takings claims.
Okay,
So the insurance company views it as, well, they're also alleging harassment, discrimination. But that's only because there was a trespasser taking in the first place, and it would not have occurred without the trespasser taking.
okay, well, this expert that I bring up once in a while, don't know his name. I know he told this board that if you have an easement, and it doesn't have to be exact, but if you have an easement, then you do not trespass if you work on a drain in your easement. And he has argued that before the Supreme Court, or less testified. I don't know if he wouldn't have argued it, but he would have testified. He says.
He would have
before-
testified before a trial court.
So anyway, he's got statutes and he won, and
Good.
so I'd sure like to hear what he had to say about this.
Yeah, and I think we should connect with him. I'd like to talk to him offline and under the guise of privilege, to see how he may be able to assist.
Okay, I kind of like that idea.
And we can talk more about strategy. I think it would be better for executive session, however.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know the guy's name, but
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Dan does.
Yeah, I may have it in my notes somewhere from an earlier meeting. The other part of this is we have the inspection lined up with AccuDig on November 21st.
Yeah, that's in the minutes as well.
At 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
So that's more progress than we've had in a few years with the Serranos.
Yes. Amen.
Mhm.
At least as far as pushing this lawsuit forward.
Right.
Now, is there a chance that they could say the day before they've changed their mind, or no, is it a,
Yeah, anything's possible.
okay. I was wondering.
Are we gonna get any more deeply involved in their claim that we damaged their private drain?
The discovery will proceed on that and other issues.
Mhm.
And so we'll probably have to bring Steve Howell, who did the work on that.
We'll have to see kind of how the Serranos want to proceed it to a certain extent with witnesses that are on our side. We don't need to involve them in a deposition, for example, because we can talk to them any day of the week or whatever. The Serranos, however, may want to take his or others' depositions. It just kind of depends on how they want to build their case. So far, they haven't been doing much building over the past few years, but maybe this will get them active and hopefully desiring a resolution more than anything else, but it's really up to them as far as how they pursue the case.
This letter doesn't address at all the offer we gave them.
No, this letter with the insurance company would not, and the lawyer has not addressed with me the past settlement offer at all.
So that's the next step from them. I don't know what the next step is.
Next step is to get the inspection done.
Anything else on that, Tom?
No, I mean, it is kind of movement in the leg, so it really is kind of the next step, and the Serranos will be there, their attorney will be there. Ultimately, we'll probably have an opportunity to have a conversation that we haven't been able to have for various different reasons. I think because the Serranos haven't really, or at least their attorney hasn't engaged with me. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but they'll all be there and it'll be a chance to engage if the parties desire to do so.
So would that be an informal type?
Yeah, exactly.
Conversation?
Yeah.
It's not like anything you say can or will be used against you.
I wouldn't want you guys talking too much, but
No.
as a lawyer, I can say things that aren't necessarily pinned evidentiarily on my client. Not that I would say anything out of school, but
Well, we appreciate the update very, very much.
yeah.
What's next, Bill?
I guess we're done talking about that one. I'm not, but I think we are.
School easement would be next.
It's really got me. We've not done anything on any of this week, have we? King said he talked to Josh about working on those holes by,
Yeah, but he hadn't told me he said he was gonna be talking to him that day, but I haven't, King hasn't told me one way or another, so. And you guys would really kind of tabled it till spring anyway, so I didn't ask Josh or Jerry either one because of waiting for after the first of the year. And they're busy, both of them right now are busy putting tile in, so it's gonna be just if we'd happen to get a rain where they can't be in the field, they could maybe do something for us, but
So we haven't done anything in the last month on any of this, right? Okay. So just.
Not the Dawn Bassett one either?
no.
Okay, cause I just saw Sherry will text when completed, and I wasn't here last month, so I just wanted to make sure I did.
I don't think they've made any forward movement on their side yet, so.
Okay,
No.
okay, no problem, I just double checking when I saw my name there.
Do we need to add the, anything for the Dan Blaney property that Pat bought? Does that have anything to do with this?
No,
Okay,
well, it will at some point, but not yet.
okay.
Lisa, that's the
Perfect.
Lisa. That's exciting.
I took King and Bill out there and kind of showed them what I was wanting to do with the water lines, and then we talked about the tile line. And
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Cliff to make sure this all goes, so we can take water, or the tile line up to the house. Once we get that okayed, and then the water lines, all that stuff, but that is for the town, so.
and that gravel out there by the path doesn't have anything to do with this board, does it?
It's the, yeah, walking path.
Walking path.
So anybody have anything else? No?
And,
I make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So the next one will be,
Mm,
December 2nd.
Yes.